2012 when this book was released. I think in 11 weeks it sold like 1 million copies. I definitely was one of the ones buying it.
We read it out in the makeup room to each other.
We did. I mean, read into that what you will. Were you a fan of the books?
Me, of course I was. I think I was a fan before the actual film was even in consideration of being made. By the way, I've got you guys here with me, all right? From far.
Rita.
I got you guys right here. In my heart.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
So you were recording in...
Showbiz. That's showbiz.
See how it's straight over her shoulder. You were recording in Los Angeles. So doing an album when the call for the auditions came up. So what was going through your mind then?
Well, initially I just wanted to kind of suggest some songs for the soundtrack. You know, I never really had an idea of even being considered to be in the film. I just was like, hey, I love this book. I got some really cool songs that I'm not using for my album. You guys want them? And then gradually, you know, the director and the producers thought, you know what, I think we want you in the movie. I was like, what? And then they said, you know, can you play Mia Gray? And I thought, sure. So I feel like they made this character who actually really becomes such a sweet, significant part of the movie, because in the first one, you know, she really had a tiny, tiny little part, and then kind of moving forward to now Freed, you know, it's all about family, and, you know, it's all about family as well as passion and all the sexy stuff. But I love it. I love that I was a part of such a massive franchise. It's a huge kind of eye-opener for me, for sure.
And also perfect for you, really, to kind of sort of drip-feed yourself into the industry slightly, that you had those first 2 movies to kind of cut your teeth a little bit, and then this role is much more substantial in this movie.
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, you know, she's always been a bit kind of fun and laughy, which isn't that far from my personality, but, you know, she definitely has a lot to kind of take on with Christian being the man that he is, and almost keeping the family together, and without giving too much away, that this movie definitely has a dark kind of thrillery almost side to it. So you're going to see it's definitely intense, but I'm so excited because it's the final one, and, you know, it just makes me a bit sad.
Well, Jack Hyde is back. Issues with Jack, and you know, sort of buying the company, getting rid of him. So is it too much, giving away too much if I say, is Jack involved in the darker part of what Mia goes through now?
Yes, Jack has a lot to do with Mia not being the jolly self that she usually is. Something really kind of intense happens in trading. It's so hard to not give too much.
I know,
it's been trading like something for me, and, you know, you see a different side of Christian and you see a different side of Anna for sure, and they turn into like fight mode, and it becomes really intense, and it's all about family, which is really what I love, because it's transitioned into this amazing, sexy, passionate thing into becoming kind of like fighting for what you love. And I think it's the right vibe for the end of this incredible journey that is 50 Shades.
And this intense thing that happens, which we won't discuss, am I right in thinking, did you mention somewhere that there could be a whole spin-off movie that explains what was going on, because you don't get to see too much of that, that you could have another movie solely about?
No. I wish. No, it was a complication. I would love to say I would. No, I would love there to be another spin-off, because I don't want it to be over yet. But hey, you never know.
It's a good idea. Write it.
Well, you can't get enough of it, can you?
Maybe we can do it.
I really can't. I love it.
And so, obviously, the acting now. We said you were triple threat. Fantastic string to your bow, and doing incredibly well.
Thank you, by the way. Thank you.
What about the music then? Because we said in the introduction, 6 years since you last had your album. We know that that there were, you know, sort of suits and countersuits and, you know, sort of issues of the old company. But now you've got a new label. And so what's the plan?
Well, you know, it's so awesome because in 2017 I actually released 2 songs before the year was over. I did Your Song and I did Anywhere, which both charted like #1 on iTunes. They were both in the top 5 at the same time in the UK. And I think it was a great comeback because it set me up now to put my album out. I'll be performing at the Brits, I think, next week. I think that's going to be amazing. And I'll be back in May for my sold-out tour, which I just announced the other day. So, you know, it's really kind of coming together. It's nice nice to see that my music has definitely, which is my passion, has definitely still been kind of like there and really sufficient in my career. And I wouldn't be able to be here today if it wasn't for that. So I can't wait to go on the road and go on tour and see everybody again. You guys have to come and see me.
Yeah,
but I know you've got early starts. So
I just love the way this has gone. This has gone full circle. Is the fact that, you know, initially you offered your music to 50 Shades, saying, you know, you might like this to put in the first movie, and now you're in the third movie, and you're singing with Liam Payne.
Yeah, double threat. We are doing it. No, and I love performing it too. And Liam is so cool to work with. So yeah, it's nice. It's really, really nice.
Enjoy the premiere tonight. I cannot wait to see the movie, and it's lovely to see you as well. Take care.
Now go pick that photo up.
Oh,
yeah.
Lovely to see you guys. I will. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.